MULN Stock has been on a roller coaster ride in the past 2 weeks as the electric vehicle maker faced many challenges and opportunities. The stock started the month of August at 13 cents but soared to 17 cents on August 3rd after Mullen announced a 1-for-9 reverse stock split that would take effect on August 11th. The reverse split was intended to boost the stock price above the $1 threshold required by NASDAQ to maintain its listing. However, the market reacted negatively to the news as investors feared that the reverse split would dilute their ownership and signal financial distress. The stock plunged to 11 cents by August 7th, losing almost half its value in 4 days. The stock remained at 11 cents until August 10th, the day before the reverse split. That day, Mullen reported its fiscal third quarter results, which showed that it had generated its first revenues from its Class 3 commercial vehicles. Mullen also said it had secured a $500 million financing facility from a private equity firm to support its growth plans. These positive developments lifted the stock to 12 cents by the end of the day. On August 11th, the reverse split took effect, and the stock opened at 95 cents, reflecting a 9-fold increase from the previous day's closing price. However, the stock failed to sustain its momentum as it faced selling pressure from traders who wanted to lock in their profits or cut their losses. The stock fluctuated between 87 cents and $1.08 throughout the day before settling at $1.015. The stock still needed to trade above $1 for 10 consecutive sessions to avoid delisting. On August 14th, the stock opened slightly higher at $0.996 but fell below $1 again. The stock reached an intraday high of $1.07 but could not break through the resistance level. The stock closed at $0.9879, down 2.2% from the previous day. The volume was also lower than usual, indicating a need for more interest from buyers and sellers. On August 14, 2023, Mullen is expected to submit their quarterly earnings, though they have a history of needing to arrive on time. However, with the new leadership of David, they will be on time, especially if they want to maintain good standing with NASDAQ. It's important to note that the timeliness of their earnings is a factor that NASDAQ considers. During their earnings announcement, we will learn about Mullen's outstanding share account, which will impact future price targets. Some speculate that the outstanding share account is 71.49 million, but based on their last earnings, I estimate it to be around 1.2 billion pre-split. This information and other factors will be necessary for investors to consider. Investors are eagerly awaiting the earnings report. They will closely scrutinize the outstanding share account, determining the first revenue source. Mullen's cash and cash equivalents and expense efficiency will also be analyzed. The earnings report's release date is uncertain but expected on Monday. The outstanding share account will not necessarily determine Mullen's success, but it is still a significant investor factor. The expenses are expected to be high due to Mullen's hiring and equipment purchases. However, people will want to know the exact details to make informed decisions. There is a lot of volatility, but the report could be positive. Mullen recorded a net loss attributable to common stockholders after preferred dividends of $308.9 million, or $11.14 net loss per share, for the 3 months ended June 30, 2023, as compared to a net loss attributable to common stockholders after preferred dividends of $7.1 million, or $4.26 loss per share, for the 3 months ended June 30, 2022. The net loss was mainly driven by non-cash expenses related to the initial recognition of derivative liabilities, stock-based compensation, and revaluation of derivative liabilities. These non-cash expenses totaled $272.0 million for the 3 months ended June 30, 2023. Mullen also used $46.1 million of cash in operating activities for the 3 months ending June 30, 2023. This was partly offset by $196.8 million of cash provided by financing activities, including proceeds from common stock issuance and warrants. Mullen had $140.7 million of cash and cash equivalents as of June 30, 2023. Mullen recorded its first revenues of $2.6 million from its Class 3 commercial vehicles, which are electric delivery trucks carrying up to 14,500 pounds of payload. Before we continue, thank you for watching this far. Now, let's check out the recent updates and plans of Mullen. The board of directors has authorized a stock buyback program of up to $25 million until December 31, 2023. Mullen ended the fiscal third quarter with stockholders' equity of $351.8 million, compared to $157.0 million on September 30, 2022, which represents an increase of 124%. Mullen successfully secured $100 million in funding from its Series D preferred stock investors, completing all remaining investment obligations to the Series D holders. From a broader perspective and based on the forecast, the percentage is 0.4%, which is positive news. The Fed meeting minutes will be released on August 16th, and there will likely be a lot of volatility. In the last meeting, the Fed raised it by 25 basis points, and many people will be reading the minutes carefully to analyze the wording used. If the news is positive, the broader market should rally, and Mullen will follow suit. Mullen has stated that they will not buy shares during the blackout period, 2 weeks before and 2 days after earnings. That means the blackout period will end on the 16th, and Mullen could buy back the 25 million shares. This has led to speculation about the potential impact on the stock price. Once we have the earnings report, we can speculate on the impact of the buyback on the stock price. A buyback of 25 million shares would likely cause a significant bump in the stock price, given Mullen's market cap of 72 million. However, there may be resistance at different stages, and this may be the most significant catalyst in the short term. And the assumption is that David will also be buying on a personal level. It is still being determined if and when certain developments may occur, as no official announcements have been made. However, if both David and Mullen purchase shares, it could increase the stock price. There have been rumors of pilot programs in various sectors, including pharmaceuticals, but official announcements have yet to be made to investors. Mullen is under pressure to keep their stock price above $1, which they achieved for the first time on Friday, but something else may be needed. Short sellers may continue to impact the stock price, especially if Mullen's earnings are poor. There is still uncertainty surrounding David's plans to buy back shares. Trust in David among investors is low, which is unfortunate. Predicting where the stock price will go on Friday is difficult, but shorts will likely continue to be a factor. The outstanding share count is 71 million, despite inaccurate numbers floating around. There was a significant return of shares on Friday, which may have been due to the recent stock split. Shorts will continue to react to any news or developments. In a long-term context, Mullen's potential future success hinges on its EV's eventual launch and reception in the market. This prospect could pave the way for substantial company stock value growth. Consequently, Mullen holds promise for investors seeking a long-term approach. Will Mullen stock rise to new heights and recover from this slump? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. That's it for today. This is Nate, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want to catch up on Mullen's shareholder meeting, check it out on this next video.